What's up, guys? Cruz Epoxy Creations here. Gonna do the finishing video now on that octagonal box. Figured it would be a nice touch to just kind of show you my steps and what I do through my finishing process. So just like that, just pops right off. And you just pull that through. Use your rat stretch or whatever you need to do. So, as you can see, nice clean joints on all those right there. Just beautiful. And it's super easy. It was done with ratchet strap. So, yeah, let me get some of this stuff out of the way. Don't mind the flattening jig. I'm gonna do a video about that in the future, but that's another thing, another day. That, so. Okay. Oh. You can take orbital sander, you know, your flat sander, you can, doesn't really matter. I just use orbital. Start out with some 60 grit. If you have trouble, you know, making sure that you're sanding enough, one thing you can do is you just take your pencil, just kind of scribe it. Just scribe it on there a little bit. Get yourself a line, right? So you got lines on every spot that every spot of the surface that you're needing to sand. And then all you got to do is just sand until there's no more scribble left. So these ones have a little bit of a reflection to them just because they were pulled off set of teak end tables I have some short reels that kind of just show some of the things I've done with those. And there it is. Yeah. I've done a couple things, but yeah, you check out my TikTok. I'll upload some more long videos of those here in the future. So let's go ahead and get started on the sanding process. So, got a little bit of chipping here, but that's all right. I can show you guys a trick that I actually just learned. Really, really easy. Okay. So you just take some glue. You get it on there, right? And then you just kind of really, you smush it in there. Okay. You take a paper towel. Sorry for the close-up there. And you just wipe off the excess, right? Okay. So we're wiping off just right around it. Okay. So we've got that wiped off. Then you know, way better than what it was. And it just kind of fills it in for you, makes it nice. I'm gonna go ahead and hit my edge. Voila. So there's our exterior sanding done. Now we'll move on to the interior, which is a lot of hand sanding. So on to the interior sanding. With this, I'm just going to use my sheet sander. It's going to fit in there nice. Don't make fun of me for how I just use this. English is not my strong suit right now for some reason, I guess. So I'm just using 150 to start. We can fine tune after that. So make sure I got power. Alrighty. So 150 on the inside to start. $150 done on our inside there. Just looking really, really nice. That's that spot there. I adjusted it, touched up earlier with that sanding technique. Turned out really nice. You can do it as many times as you need to get your seams or holes, small holes and cracks, as flawless as you need them. So we'll go ahead and move on up. Our sanding grit. Jump up to 220. Now, I'm not sponsored, as I said earlier, or I've said before. I'm not sponsored by anybody. The products that you see here are just things that I use, find, you know, useful around my shop space and my job sites and stuff, and that are, you know, economically friendly. And, you know, just because something's, you know, name brand doesn't mean it's, you know, the best. You can make do with anything. I'll hit the 220 inside and out. And all I'm doing there, as I did on the edges here, inside and out, on this edge, is I'm just using the sander to kind of soften those hard edges there. Give it a nice little bit of a smoother, cleaner look. And that also helps kind of really hide those seams and transitions from piece to piece. It's kind of hard to see right now. But, you know, once we get it all finished up and finished, it's going to look fantastic. So let's go ahead and finish with this 220. And there we go. That is turning out so nice. So, depending on the gloss of finish that you're wanting, you can finish this more. This is just a wall shelf, so it's plenty smooth for me right now. So I'm gonna go ahead, get it cleaned off, just wipe it down with some paper towel, get as much of that sawdust off here that I can. You can use, I don't have my compressor here at the moment. You can use a compressor. You can use compressed air that you buy at a can from Walmart or wherever. It doesn't really matter. Kobe. So now it's on to the finishing. what I do for finishing, again, I just use paper towel. You can use shop rag, you know, old sock with a hole in it, whatever, to apply this. Yeah, and I just take it, open it up, get it right on there. And again, this is Howard's Feed and Wax. It's the Beeswax and orange oil. I just like the way it looks, brings out the grain, as you'll see, and it makes it smell incredible. So here we go. And you just spread it. Spread it around. Now this is a furniture oil, so for projects that are, you know, going to be on with food constantly on it, like cutting boards, charcuterie boards, things of that nature, I would not recommend using this on. Now, if you're looking for something like that, I have another product I can mention at the end of this video. But yes, this is for furniture, tables, shelves, chairs, things in that nature. And I mean, already, just look at what it's done to the color, like to the grain in this thing. It is just magnificent. Probably should have gotten something down. I'll set it down on that for now. So yeah, and if you need more, just apply more. Now, whatever product you decide to use to finish, if you have your own preference, always make sure that you're reading the directions on finishing standards, whether it's for what grit they recommend you sand up to before applying your finish, whether it's being in ventilated areas, etc., etc. Hobbies are fun to have, but have them and be safe about them. So, the finishing instructions for the Howards says to apply generously, let sit for 10 to 15 minutes, wipe off the excess. I am impatient, so I never do that. I always wipe off almost immediately, and then I'll let it sit, just because, I don't know, I haven't had any problems with it, and I still like the way everything finishes. Everything's finished for me great. While I'm wiping this, make an announcement that I will be launching here in the next within the week, I believe, my Etsy store, where I will be trying to upload and make sure I've got my inventory up to date, what's available for pricing and everything. I will make sure to be having a release video for that, so stay tuned for that. As the weather gets warmer where I'm at, up in the 406, I will be having some epoxy videos here in the new future as well, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, so I've got that wiped down completely. Now that is the finished product, and I mean, just look at the way it makes the grain look. It just makes it pop. It smells great, looks great, it's great. So with that, we can move on to the finishing, or the hanging process. So for this one, I'm just using a simple picture hanger. We'll throw it on the back. And for this, we'll go ahead and try to figure out which side I want up. Do we want to go teak or zebra wood up, or do we go teak? Go with teak up. on the bottom side of this, just because this is elevated, it's going to keep it off the wall. I'm going to put one of these little rubber stoppers on the bottom just to get that same distance so we're not sitting at an angle and our finished piece looks good. So we'll go ahead, get our pencil. These are 5 1/8 point to point, so 2 and 9 is our center. Quick maths. Point to point, we are 2 and 1/8, so we'll be 1 inch and 1/16 each way to find where our nails are. And our nails go. So with that, grab your hammer. Mine's trusty 14-ounce titanium hander, California stiletto. Make sure, so this is 3/4, so we're gonna make 3/8 mark there, and a 3/8 mark there. And then what I like to do is just line them up. Nice little baby push to start. People are probably going to be like, you don't need that big of a hammer. Yeah, I have chime hammers, but that's the hammer I chose, so deal with it. That on. Like I said in some of my other videos, I don't know if on this platform I've done it necessarily. I like to, when I use these stoppers, I just like to put a little bit of super glue on them. There it is. Little baby left in that. And I'll just throw this right at the bottom here. And voila, guys, that's how you took these and made it into these. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for future videos. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, spread the word, share the content. Leave a comment down below if there's anything you'd like me to see build, or any questions, or anything you'd like explained. So have a great day, guys. Appreciate it.